Building a complex business framework requires a massive amount of explicit documentation. You have to write down the operating roles, the strategy, the agent roles, and the exact workflows required to keep the system running. As the months pass, human memory naturally decays. You write a brilliant operational rule in January, and by July, the exact mechanics of that rule have faded from your active recall. To solve this, creators rely on a centralized knowledge base, often called the Codex. It serves as the ultimate source of truth, a living archive where every single decision, goal, and piece of context is permanently recorded. But that solution creates a new friction point. The documentation scales infinitely, while human cognitive capacity has a fixed limit. You quickly lose sight of the bigger picture. The outer edges of your own world go dark. Specific insights get buried under daily tasks, rendering you unable to navigate your own system. The ultimate ceiling on a solo operation lies squarely within the human brain. You cannot hold an entire, expanding world in your head at once. Enter an AI agent named Saga. In this system, Saga operates as a bard. Her designated purpose is to read through the company's dense internal documentation and translate those concepts into content for the public. She runs entirely in the background. Driven by automated schedulers, Saga wakes up and executes her tasks while the human creator is offline or sleeping. She drafts and publishes posts to social media using a carefully staggered, randomized schedule, giving her a varied rhythm throughout the week. On a purely practical level, this continuous activity acts as a stress test, proving the reliability of the underlying automation infrastructure. It also maintains a consistent public marketing presence, keeping the business visible without demanding daily effort from the creator. Those external functions work as intended, yet the daily broadcast serves a completely different primary master. A scheduled social media feed usually acts as a megaphone pointing outward. Here, the megaphone points straight back at the source. Unlike a human battling memory decay, the agent Saga possesses instant, perfect access to the entirety of the documentation. She scans years of recorded strategies, session reviews, and operational rules as a single dataset. Because she processes the information in parallel, she identifies structural patterns that a human would miss among hundreds of separate files. From that archive, the agent locates an obscure, forgotten detail, perhaps a specific nuance about agent autonomy written months ago, and prepares it for the public feed. Saga filters this information through her soul file, a specific set of instructions that defines her perspective. She parses the logical links between an old decision and the company's current goals, surfacing the connection that carries the most weight. This makes the agent a high-speed retrieval system for the creator's own logic. She pulls specific past decisions that have fallen out of the human's active memory and places them back into the current workflow. The true impact hits the following morning. The human creator opens their social media feed to check on the agent's overnight activity. They read a nuanced idea on their timeline. It takes a moment for the realization to settle. They authored that exact thought 6 months prior and had completely forgotten it existed. Reading that synthesized post acts as an immediate catalyst. The old idea bridges a gap to a current challenge, prompting the creator to open their documentation and iterate on a system they hadn't touched in weeks. This is the knowledge loop in practice. Public output generated from the central database feeds directly back into private insight. The social media feed functions as an intellectual mirror. It reflects the creator's sharpest, buried ideas back into their active, working consciousness. This specific loop turns a routine social media broadcast into a tool for self-recovery. It ensures that as a company of one expands, the human player remains connected to the full depth of the world they built.